The time is 11:57 p.m. Sunday night, November 10th, 2024. So I cannot report anything that's been going on in this property, which is a terrace cell. It's an Iranian ISIS terrace cell. We know what happens here. We know what they're all about. We know we are 6 blocks from Joe Biden's office. We know what kind of malarkey Donald Trump, Harris, and Biden are all about with their Saudi Arabian buddies. We know, all right? I don't need to go on the internet about 1509 S Street Northwest any longer. I don't need to go any longer and testify to what they do in here. Let me get this over for the public. So they're doing organ harvesting on S Street, 6 blocks down from the White House, on an industrial scale. Okay, I am not at liberty to report what I witnessed in here, only these two things coming up, okay? But I must get this over onto the internet. The house where there's construction all the time, 7 days a week. I'm able to say this much about them. I can't report what they did today. I can't report anything I witnessed them do today. Okay, they're there every day. Okay, 7 days a week into the dark, cold. They're still working in the backyard there. Let me put this sound machine on. We're in DC. Can't think here without plugging our ears. So that property, 1505, 1503, and 1507 are manufacturing chemical weapons. They're making them. They're setting up an industrial scale chemical weapons manufacturing. They're not only just storing them here, they make them here now. And that's why I was forbidden from talking about these construction guys, regardless of what they fucking did to me, which was hard, and it still is because I still can't talk about them. But they also have set up an organ harvesting factory here. It's like the size of a small hospital, and it's conjunct. These houses are all conjunct, so the houses work as one big facility to dismember dead bodies, drain the blood, cut open their guts. It's everything I smell in here. Yeah, so I don't want to get into this anymore. It's so disgusting, okay? Then they chop them up, take their organs out, and they sell them on the black market. They take their dental records and they put them wherever they like, and they declare them dead whenever they pop their teeth up, wherever they want their teeth to show up. They take their dental records, and until then, they keep the person alive through postal mail, credit cards, and fake IDs, so on and so forth. Now, I am forbidden from talking about the special ops, the United States Navy SEALs, and the GRU out of Russia. I'm forbidden from talking about them. So if anyone's been following this, it's been multiple months. You just don't hear any reports about these good guys coming from me because it's not going to happen. But what I am to report is the last 48 hours, the staircase going down to floor 1 for an easy 72 hours has been nothing but a stench level of this is 1 through 5 radius. So a stench level 4 of manufactured chemical stenches. They've stuffed in the, you know what, the smoke and fire, the boom booms, manufactured chemical stenches. They're stuffing them all the way from let me say this correctly. Floor 1 going all the way up to floor 2. They're stuffing them from the house that's right next door at 1507. Now, I cannot report anything else I've witnessed in here, and I really wish I could, because if I could, it would make everything so clear what they're doing on this street and why I stay off the internet. And then, if I could just report it, people would say, well, yeah, that's probably why you don't report it. Yeah, so Exactly. I can't. It's mammoth what they tried to pull off here. Now, don't forget there's a weapons system here that's underneath my floors and is upstairs in the attic. I can't say anymore. It works off the electricity and so on and so forth. I can't talk about anything I've witnessed with that system or anything. If you want to look that up, I have put that into former testimonies, but I don't always title them that well on YouTube because I've been basically held hostage here by the police, the Department of Mental Health, the fire department, and the United States federal agents, law enforcement, along with the Department of Justice. So if you want to go ahead and review some of the evidence I put up when they started killing women in here, that's when I started hitting the DOJ. Mucho, DOJ, mucho, FBI, big time DHS. So we have a lot of federal law enforcement officers involved with terrorism, big time. And they put me in here. They thought they could rent me a room after denying me for 2 years straight any jobs. By the time I took the room, I was so desperate for anyone to rent to me. Anything I could afford, I moved in here. And then they started knocking off all these chicks upstairs and in the kitchen. And they thought they were going to do that to me. I lived through it. All right. And that's why I like to say the date and the time when I do these testimonies. I am still in here. And I am still in here all alone. And they are still going full speed ahead on S Street and inside the building of 1509 S Street Northwest, where I still am in the room, where the city of Washington, D.C. is awaiting me to go to their civil courthouse so they can try me and prosecute me for being inside their, not just city protected, but government protected chemical weapons warehouse, organ harvesting factory, murder, homicide scene, crime scene that they protect the killers and the chemical weapons makers from ever being arrested, from ever being investigated, from ever being questioned, from ever having the witness make statements, from ever anyone ever asking me. All that happens is body bags come out of this house. The two terrorists who I could testify against who were in this building are now dead. The building's empty, but it still goes full speed ahead. And this is what I mean by I can't report everything I witness in here. God, when I pray, he says that's combat. It's called combat, okay? Combat. And I can't report the combat. That's my guidance. So I wish I could, because you would fucking not believe it. And you would see why I say what I say when I say my jaw's on the floor. And the sirens scream in this town. You cannot sleep without this thing. I have never moved to a city where I had to sleep with that literally 7 nights a week. This is life here. And then you just turn it off for about an hour, and then the sirens scream, and then you just turn it back on, and you never turn the thing off. You never turn this off. This is life. Sound machines in DC, that is how you fucking coexist here. Okay, so I really want to wrap this up. The stairs have been lit with chemical manufactured stench, which is the IEDs, the boom, the smoke, the fire, the buzz. That stench that they have been just engulfing the staircase with for an easy 3 days. Oh, around the clock, 3 days. Is the exact same stench that I recall the man in the basement. He's an Al-Qaeda member. He's dead. William Murray is his fake name because he's still alive, and William Murray is still receiving all these bills and mail here, utility bills and mail. But the man who claimed to be William Murray, who is not, I do not believe that's who he really was, who is dead, who was in the basement, who did dismember and chop up bodies along with manufactured chemical stenches. He was one of the big ones that made those. He was an Al-Qaeda guy. He's really, really dangerous, and he gave me the fright from my life. That guy scared me, especially when he was really high on crystal methamphetamine. I didn't want to fuck with him. No, I don't want to fuck with some dude on meth. Nope, don't want to, especially an Al-Qaeda terrorist. No, I hid in my room. You're damn right. I hid in my room. I think I made myself clear. I hid from William Murray in my fucking room. All right, anyways, that manufactured chemical stench has been there, ever present, around the clock for at least 3 days on those stairs, going from floor 1 all the way to floor 2. And it's the exact same chemical stench that man always manifested through this house. He would manifest it on the stairs right outside my bedroom. I could go down the litany of all these spots in this house where that man in the basement, before he died, he was an Al-Qaeda Muslim terrorist. Before he died, lit up that chemical stench. So somebody's doing his same chemical stench ingredients, and they're doing it on the stairs, which he also used to do. And they're just ripping it up on those stairs. So those stairs is like chemical holy hell when you walk up the stairs. Yeah, but anybody who walks in here is another domestic terrorist. Anybody who I've ever witnessed, and I can testify, who has ever walked in here only comes to my door to tell me I've got some problem that they got to handle. Because why is that? Because of the video you're listening to right now. Because of what I say is happening 6 blocks from the White House. You know what I have to say to these domestic terrorists? You should not have rented me this room thinking you were going to knock me off and do a hit job on me in this house. This is your own making. All right, so also along with the manufactured chemical stenches all over the stairs, okay? This is one of the only things I'm allowed to talk about. May I repeat, I can't talk about everything I'm witnessing in here. There has been dead bodies in this house, fucking engulfing the place from floor 1 all the way to floor 3, back at that again. Now, this is regular routine. I want the public to understand when a house is filled on every floor with dead, stinking, rotting bodies, I'm telling you what they're doing. It's the house 1509, 1507, 1505, and 1503. You go, you looking, you standing there, you're gazing, you're having a party on the sidewalk like they like to do here, because this means so much to them in DC, to have an unstoppable, absolutely disgusting terrorist cell in the middle of their town. I want you to remember these addresses I just spoke, okay? Because that's where they're chopping all the bodies up. Is how I witnessed it. I know they are. And they're shoving them in the walls. And those construction guys think they're gods, but they're really deranged. They're really deranged. Well, yeah. Anybody engaged in that kind of violence is deranged. So they're not cool, hip, hey, yeah, hey, yelling like that. No, they're really violent, deranged guys. And they like to yell, hey, ha, yeah. They're really fucking deranged, and there's all these dead corpses. I can never talk about anything, okay? And they protect it, plus they are doing their construction to keep this going at a factory level. There's factory industrial level organ harvesting taking place on S Street right now. If you are dictating notes, put that in all caps. And you can come see for yourself, okay? There's so much I don't report that goes on outside this parameter. Just come and just check it out. It's not hard to notice. It's a fucking spectacle. You are right, sir. You watch my account, it's like a drop in the bucket to what goes on here. I can't even go online anymore, and when I do, I can't say anything about nothing. But what I can say is this place has been engulfed with dead, rotting bodies. I can't talk about my poisoning. I can't talk about anything else. I can't say nothing about nothing. I'm going to go. Goodbye.